We in that boat again. Trying to get back to the get back. Back to the crib. Let me see. What something earlier tonight, and I mean, a lot of this stuff that's said ain't new to me, and I know a lot of the stuff that is being said about Jay-Z and stuff ain't new to y'all because y'all didn't watch my channel in the past year. Like, when they, well, even before they started talking about Diddy, I was saying this stuff about Diddy and about Jay-Z, and probably other people that I can't think of right now, because it's not as irrelevant. It's not relevant as everything else we be talking about at the time. What's up, twin? But it was one of Jay-Z's ex-affiliates doing the interview, and they was asking him a lot of questions, and I wasn't surprised with none of the answers, because everything that was coming out of dude's mouth I have already said to y'all, and it's like, it's not a surprise to me. I know it's a surprise to a lot of people in the world. It's not that I'm a prophet. I'm not even going, I'm not even going to run with that. What it is I've seen this shit from him. I just don't ignore the red flags that he's been putting out. I don't ignore the fact that, well, let's get back into what dude was saying, and it's all gonna come out in the wash. They was asking him, like, do you think this is the demise of Jay-Z, or you think this just gonna blow over and go away? And he was like, honestly, truthfully, I feel like this is the domino, the first domino that's falling and fit to knock everything else down. And they said, why you say that? And his explanation for that was, he said, well, I believe that this 13-year-old girl is just a setup. Not a setup like they trying to set him up, but the setup for what's coming. And he was like, you got Foxy Brown starting to talk now. So with the girls like, ooh. And then when Foxy Brown come out talking, like, oh, really? He said, but then how do you think people gonna start reacting when Tierra Marie name come up? Oh shit. When they start dropping the Leah name, damn. Or when they say something about Rihanna, what? He said, but then when they drop the whole ball on him and they start talking about how old his wife really was when they started messing around. Oh shit. He got a pattern of messing with these teenage girls. I've been saying this. I've been pointing out these same names. Tierra Marie, Beyonce, Foxy Brown, Rihanna, the baby mama that he don't want to take the DNA test, but she dead now. You know what I'm saying? The sons, I can't think of his real name, but the son, mama. That woman was only 14 years older than her son. Meaning she was 13 to 14 years old when she got pregnant. 13, 14, 15, 16 seem to be the magic number. We're not hearing no 17, 18, 19s. We're hearing 13 through 16. And I'm saying that because Rihanna was 16 when she got signed. Foxy Brown was 16 when they was messing around. Beyonce was 16 when they was messing around. You know what I'm saying? Tierra Marie, now maybe she was 17, but hell, that's still underage. The man even said, and this is somebody, this is not like some dude is just jumping on here talking about Jay-Z. This was dude partner that Jay-Z has already paid, you know what I'm saying, to not turn him in or do shit, to leave him alone. But dude say this was fucked up about it. He said, I was the first one Jay-Z paid, So he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't make me sign an NDA saying that I wouldn't speak about the shit. He just paid me off. And I can still talk about it. He said, now all these 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 people that came after me and got paid off, they can't speak on none of this shit. He said, they can't speak on none of this shit. And he was like, the main reason he feel like this is the first domino, this could be a ripple effect until Jay-Z meets his demise, is the fact that we even talking about it. And I've been telling y'all, he said, the fact that we even talking about it, it's on the TV, it's on the platforms, it's on the news station, it's on the CNN, it's on the, you know what I'm saying, all these places that talk about stuff, but they don't talk about Jay-Z. They talk about shit, but they don't talk about Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z has been paying these folks to shut the hell up. He's been paying these folks to wipe these articles clean. He's been paying folks to, hey, don't mention me. You can mention all these folks, you don't mention me. He said, man, you got to realize how many people's careers have ended so Jay-Z's career could be extended. A lot of people have got taken off the chessboard so Jay-Z can stay on there. Same thing with his wife. He even named some names. Tierra Marie was one of them. Carrie Hilson was one of them. These people were direct competition. Aaliyah was one of them. And all of a sudden, their careers are over. These people have real skills. I tried to tell y'all, man, I'm like, I know Beyonce is one of the biggest things. They build these people up that they can use, they gatekeepers, they influencers. They build these people up to make you feel like they the best. You know what I'm saying? If what Donald Trump tell you, the one thing that Donald Trump told me that was true was, if I say it enough, you will start to believe it. So if you hear over and 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 over that Beyonce is the best R&B singer, it don't matter that her voice sound like this. And when she sing that shit be raspy as hell and she ain't really hitting them notes, it's the background singers hitting the notes. Motherfuckers like Jaguar Wright. It's their voices you hear. 5 or 6 of them harmonizing all together on top of her raspy ass voice, make a song sound good. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have background singers. To make the foreground singers sound good. To carry the shit that they can't carry. These people, look, Jaguar Wright don't have the body and the face that Beyonce has. That's why she in the background. You see what I'm saying? I told you the other day that what song you can go find from Father MC, Only You, is where Mary J. Blige got her started. Why did Mary J. Blige have background singers like she was Diana Ross on the song? Because her voice sound like this too. When she sing, she got a raspy ass voice too, always have. Sound like a dude that smoked too many damn cigarettes. But I told y'all at the same time, she's also been named as one of these freaky ass women. She been around Jay-Z since the beginning. She been around Diddy since the beginning. She been goddamn accused and the stories about her being a freak and doing drugs, crack, and an alcoholic. All this shit go back to the beginning. So yes, she was always around. Yes, they made her rich. Yes, they treated her like she was one of them gatekeepers. Let me give you another example with Mary J. Blige. Did y'all not see her acting on motherfucking Power? She can't act. She got a leading motherfucking role. Monet is one of the biggest people on Power. She can't act to save her life. Do you know how many real live actresses could have played that role? She got one emotion on that damn show. Yeah, I'm sober. Are you sober? She got one emotion on that show. I'm driving an 18-wheeler. You gonna ask me am I sober? What you smoking? So, you tell me how she won the movie role. Did she have to try out for it? Or was she handpicked? And you gotta remember something else. This is 50 Cent show. And I know even though 50 Cent don't come out and say, hey, I'm in the Diddy family too. He in the Diddy family too. He was writing songs for Diddy back when he was lying saying I was selling drugs because I lost my record deal. Then later on, You know what I'm saying? 20 years later, you get in the interviews and you're like, yeah, because Diddy put him out there. Yeah, 50 Cent wrote that song. Yeah, 50 Cent helped me write that song. Yeah, 50 wrote that. And you're like, hold on, time out. 50 Cent always talking bad about you like he don't like you. He always talking bad. See, he know how to distance himself from Diddy. Jay-Z ain't been distanced himself. He been hanging on the coattail, riding away. And now that the shit is coming to crash down, 50 Cent act like, oh, that ain't my partner. We ain't friends. Say, bro, yeah, you is. You got some bad boy checks in your bank account. I don't know how much of that y'all heard, so I'm gonna go back and say it all again. Snoop Dogg, back and say it all again. Snoop Dogg, you was kicking it with Diddy and your best friend, B.I.G., that you refused to say anything bad about. That's why you and Tupac fell out before you were sent to Death Row to hook up with Dr. Dre. Gang, you was running around stripping and partying with Diddy for 2 years, not dropping no music before you were sent to Aftermath to hook up with Dr. Dre. 50 Cent, you was writing music for Diddy before you were sent to Shady Aftermath to hook up with Dr. Dre. You see what I'm saying? Does anybody see a pattern? These dudes are gatekeepers, bro. Jay-Z is a gatekeeper. We spoke about gatekeepers way back when I was telling y'all about Steve Harvey, no. Shaquille O'Neal. These are gatekeepers. These are the black men in the hip-hop community and in the world of entertainment that are heavily influencers on us. When something go wrong and them folks need a black face to step up and try to set it right, it's us. When you got Snoop Dogg just said that he was talking about Kendrick Lamar, let the cat out the bag, you listen. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you how it go. If you listen good, shit start to sound bad. If you listen good, shit start to sound bad. On Drink Champ, Snoop said, Lil Wayne, stop hating. You act like 5-6 years ago, the NFL was even fucking with hip hop. They wasn't. We couldn't even get on that platform. You should be happy that a rapper is even in the Super Bowl rapping. Guess what? We all know that hip hop is the biggest selling genre. We make more money than country music, alternative rock, rock and roll, the blues, jazz, snap, whatever. Hip hop makes more money than all of that. We generate more dollar bills, more greenbacks, more big faces, more blue faces than all of that other music. A lot of them combined. So the NFL sees that and like, hold up, how can we get our mitts on some of that money? We need to get our mitts on that money. You know, Beyonce cool, but Beyonce ain't never dropped her. They not like us. They not like us. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna cool, but she ain't dropped the umbrella, hey, in a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Usher, hey, he just, you know what I'm saying? You got to get to the hip hop shit. So what do they say, man? We need a hip hop gatekeeper that can go in between, cause we ain't fucking with them thugs. We ain't fucking with them niggas. Who can we go get? Man, let's get Jay-Z. You know, Jay-Z will sell out and do anything for some money. Jay, you like, I just like the money. Right, we know you'll do it for the money, bro. So they like, Jay-Z, we need you to interfere with these hip hop artists, man. We gonna pay you handsomely. And he's like, I got you. And they were like, okay, well first, we need to test you out and see if you can really be a gatekeeper, if you can really do some shit to sell your people out for us. But he sell somebody out. Can you set Kaepernick up for us? He was like, can I? Man, I offer that motherfucker a workout so fast and then make sure ain't no head coaches there, make sure ain't no cameras allowed, nobody but, look, no scouts. Look, that nigga be in there working out for water boys, y'all. Won't never get back in the NFL. We can just tell everybody, hey, yeah, he ain't got it no more. And they gonna believe it. They know I'm not gonna lie, I'm Jay-Z. Why would I lie to them? You see what I did to my own Marcy project that I love to rap about? You see how I convinced them niggas to sell their apartments and move out of there so that Russian billionaire could put up the Barclays Center? Yeah, I lied to them real good and told them I bought the Knicks. And then I owned the Barclays Center. And then at the last minute, I told them, yeah, I own 1% and I didn't buy it. They gave it to me as a gift. Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard that? Jay-Z convinced somebody to sell out and then he come up and it ain't nothing that he spent his money on, it's a gift. Rockefeller Rock. Jay-Z, he got his best friends, the two people that made Jay-Z, to sell Rockefeller Records for $30 million as a three-way split. And less than 24 hours later, he took a job behind their back as president of Def Jam Records, and they gave him, he didn't buy it, they gave him Rockefeller Records. You convince your people to sell out, and then you got a gift. It became their gatekeeper. So now that he showed that he will sell these folks out with his money, he got his position with the NFL, running interference. And what they tell y'all, when it came down, man, Jay-Z don't even pick the rappers. They just want us to think he do. Bro, your job is only to be the face, to take the blame. But when the power come out, we see who really got the power. What they say, Jay-Z did not pick Kendrick Lamar. The city of New Orleans picked him. Just a gatekeeper, bro. You just stand here and play your role, and we gonna fatten your pockets up. Let's get back to what the man was talking about when he was talking about his boy Jay-Z. He say, look. He say, now that's my homeboy, man, and I know he dirty. He done me wrong and had to pay me off. He say, but I never really just wanted to believe he was this type of dude that would do nothing like that. He say, but it's one thing, and you can tell this man was just saying this to go along with the podcast. Not saying he didn't believe it, but saying he was leading up to it to make it look good, to boost the ratings up, to have a talking point. So what he did was he said, man, I ain't really believe it until I seen his daughter, 12 years old, face all painted, lipstick painted, eyelashes, eyeliner on, got the blush and the rouge on, got her whole face beat, got the fake hair in her head, got a prom dress on with a little, whatever them is, I'm not even gonna say it because she too young, but got them boosted up and looking like she grown. And he say, Jay-Z just in the audience, looking like a proud father, he's smiling, and it's like, bro, you realize you got sick people out here just looking at your daughter, and they getting their jolly, bro, they getting their rocks off, they having impure thoughts, because your daughter is sitting here looking like a sex symbol, and she's 12. She shouldn't look like this. You shouldn't be okay with this. But the fact that you are okay with it lets us know that you are okay with other children looking like this. If you don't mind the children looking like this, then how far-fetched is it that you are looking at them? If you're looking at them, what else you doing with them? You see what I'm saying? What else you doing with them? Come on, bro. It's too much shit. Is where smoke is fire. Am I lying? Where smoke is fire. We done talked about all this. Now, this is what I be saying. Maybe if my beard wouldn't have turned gray so fast, maybe if I wouldn't have had that record off the TV or whatever, you know what I'm saying, my platform would be big as these people's platform. I wouldn't even have to drive trucks no more because people would be listening like, Phil, show right. The people who do listen be like, Phil, show right. Dude been telling us this. These people that's rich and famous with their platforms just now catching on. You can go back in my shit from over a year ago and see the same shit that they just now talking about. And back then when I was saying to people, oh, Phil, you just hating, bro. Dude ain't did no shit like that. Oh, yes, he did. I've been told you, yes, he did. I've been showed y'all pictures of him kicking it with Destiny's Child, the original Destiny's Child. That group didn't last but one album. LaToya and Latifah was only there for the one album. By the time the second album came out, they wasn't in the group no more. They wasn't in the videos. They had Farrah and them in the videos, even though it was LaToya and Latifah's song. they singing the song, it's their voices, but they not in the video no more. So by the time the album came out, they was gone. So if they was still around in these pictures, that was year one. That's putting Beyonce at 15, 16 years old. You swear up and down you didn't meet her till she was 19 years old. But here it is, you in multiple pictures with this girl. And this is what I told y'all, like, you know, I'm a Virgo, so I analyze shit. And I'm like, I done heard him say too many times. I fell in love with her at first sight. When I first seen her, I knew she was gonna be my wife. I loved her from the moment I knew her. That's why you gotta say, well, I ain't meet her till she was 19. And I was 85. Nah, bro, you met her when she was under age. You was in the pictures with her, but you was hugged up with LaToya and Lativia. Yeah, and then it was Kelly, then it was Dame Dash, then it was Beyonce way over there. But you was in love with Beyonce while you wasn't over there with her. You knew that was gonna be your wife while you wasn't hugged and her in the picture, because y'all was already fucking around and you didn't want nobody catching on that that's what was going on. So in your mind, you did the guilty shit with separate yourself. Every picture of y'all back then, when you wasn't supposed to be around her, or you wasn't supposed to know her, you was separating yourself. It's more than one picture, bro. I don't know if you were doing it on purpose or it was just subconsciously like, nah, let me not be hugged up with her in the picture. Somebody gonna say something. You see what I'm saying? If y'all don't want to know what pictures I'm talking about, if you ain't seen them yet, on my community wall, you can go back down, search the. How old is that? Back when rich people were wearing FUBU like it was the shit. With money was wearing FUBU. Not people that shop at Walmart. You wasn't getting that shit on the blue light special back then. The jersey was $130. T-shirt was like 60, 70 bucks. That was regular FUBU, it wasn't even platinum. I digress. But like I say, when these dominoes start falling, it ain't gonna just be this 13-year-old girl. Right now they talking about the other cases that's fit to drop. Assaults on men, other underage people. You know what I'm saying? What about the people who have been taken off the chessboard? Both of the baby mamas are gone. Maybe one of them died of natural causes. They say the other one is supposed to be an aneurysm. But I don't believe that. She had just came out and told the world she was carrying your child. And then Beyonce came out the day she died and like, nope, I'm carrying his child. And Miss White just disappeared. Nobody ever spoke of her again. I find it odd. But the thing about it is, when these depositions and everything start, they're going to start digging through all of that, bro. When they start going to court and they start tearing up your character and they want to know things, bro, they going to bring Foxy Brown on stand and be like, hey, how old was you when you met Mr. Carter? She can't lie, bro. Y'all was hip-hop stars, bro. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's documented. They can go back and find out how old she was on these songs. She was in high school, my dude. Like, we all knew back then that she was in high school. She was 16 years old when you was messing with Ingrid. She was defaming you everywhere she could. Telling about how you wasn't shitting, how you kept on giving her STDs. She even was talking about how big your stuff was. You feel me? Right now, the girl deaf in one ear because of syphilis. Them STDs was real, bro. And they also talk about how you was, you know what I'm saying, passing her around. One of my favorite things to talk about that I don't never hear nobody talking about is how you were so in love with Aaliyah that you fell out with Dame Dash. Or the fact that you were so in love with Aaliyah that you called her and told her to get on that helicopter and she didn't want to. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, somebody that slipped something in something and cheated the movie theaters. But how about you come back stateside and chill with me for a minute? See, my thing is, Dame Dash was married to Rachel Roy. And not only was he married to Rachel Roy, I believe it was around the time of their anniversary that Aaliyah died. So I don't think she was flying back for Dame Dash. But maybe, just maybe, she was flying back to Miami because Jay-Z was shooting big pins, spins and cheese in Miami. Maybe he wanted Aaliyah in that video. Now check this out. This is what I really, all that Aaliyah talk is for. And y'all done heard me say this before, people don't bring this shit up. People do not bring this shit up like they don't find it odd that 6 months after Aaliyah died, this man dropped that first album with R. Kelly. Jay-Z didn't do no albums with other artists like that. How do you go pick a dude that would be later on and had all...
There's now a crash on US 65 South causing an 11-minute delay. You will now arrive at 9:44 a.m.
How do you just happen to do your one joint venture album with the same guy that had been accused of things that you are now being accused of? You know, they say birds of a feather flock together. Not only did he do the same things you being accused of, 13-year-old, assault, against the will, violent. Y'all had Aaliyah incoming. I also just told you that it's a lot of people that had to get moved out the way so your wife could become the artist that she is, the gatekeeper that she is. I promise you, Aaliyah had the voice of an angel, bro. If she was not gone, there would be no Beehive. I don't give a damn how y'all feel. There would be no Beehive if Aaliyah was still here. Aaliyah would have made it hard for a lot of them. She was the total package. Beautiful as hell, body on point, voice on point, she could dance, and she didn't mind doing whatever the industry wanted her to do. Since a kid, she was already groomed. I hate to say it. R. Kelly had started grooming her as a kid. Her mom and dad and them were down with it. Let me tell you. I said this the other day. You can say, how you gonna say her mom and dad was down with it? Because I'm gonna tell you like this. You can't sit back and tell me somebody did something to your daughter and got away with it. Your baby girl gone. She deceased. He finally get caught up for doing the same shit to somebody else. You don't come out and say a word. You ain't heard from Aaliyah mom and daddy since way back when. Back when Aaliyah was still alive. And never came out and say, that's what parts in it. Is it so far-fetched that the parents had a part in it? Look at the parents from the new situation that got him locked up. We know they parts in it. We seen the text messages. We know the conversation. They was grooming their daughters to go set up R. Kelly. Go sit in his lap. Go stroke his head. Go braid his hair. When you're in the studio, say this to him. Touch him right here. Do this. Lie to him. Tell him you this age. Come on now. I can't think of old girl's name. But I will tell you this. Y'all know exactly who the two girls was he was with. One of them say she just had his baby. The other one was his #1 defense attorney. She was defending the shit out of R. Kelly. Until one day, she got some information that he was slanging pipe somewhere else, and she turned on him. She jumped on the witness stand, and she got him knocked out, because he wasn't fit to get knocked out until she turned on him. She took all his money. She got all that boy money. thin her. She rich now. She gone. She got what she wanted. She got what her parents didn't want the whole time. His money. In game correct. And just being real. It's like it's the cool thing to point at R. Kelly and be like, ah, yeah, you. I'm not gonna say this man totally innocent, but I am gonna say we know, not we believe, we know he was set up. We know he was set up. We know surviving R. Kelly was not real. We know them females that said they had went through the things they had went through at the hands of R. Kelly never happened. We know they were paid. You know what I'm saying? How dirty is that? I just said y'all were two birds of a feather. Meaning, y'all had did some kicking and some stuff together. And here is something else to add up. He supposedly did whatever he did with this 13-year-old girl with an accomplice. He did it, right? Now, let's show you a pattern. When DMX said he seen him with the underage girl, he had an accomplice with him, R. Kelly. He said they were both in the studio when dude walked in, and they both had underage girls sitting in their lap. It was about to go down. He said, nuh-uh, I left up out of there. And never spoke to either one. I ain't worked with him no more. Thing about it was, DMX died after that. After he gave that interview and said what he said about that, he died not long after. There's too many patterns. There's too many patterns. People that speak against Jay-Z and put, like I told y'all, this was never supposed to come out. His homeboy said it. Boy, this type of stuff come up about Jay-Z all the time. It don't hit the news. It don't hit the platforms. People don't speak on it. People like me will speak on it. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not a prophet. I'm not saying no shit the world didn't already supposed to know. It's just ain't nobody really gonna speak on it. People know better. Because people speak on that stuff and they die. People say, man, this son of mine is Jay-Z's, and then they die. People say, Jay-Z got me pregnant, I'm going to have his baby, and then they die. You know what I'm saying? People say, I seen that man in the studio with R. Kelly, and they had some underage girls, and then they don't be here no more. They gone, they dead. I'm not saying he the reason. All I'm saying is it's a pattern. It's a lot of strange negative patterns, filthy, nasty, dirty patterns going on with this dude. And they all connect. They all connect. People been saying it for a while now that, hey, y'all think Diddy some boy. No, Jay-Z way worse than that. Yeah. But see, it's some bodies and some almost bodies around Diddy too. And it's some patterns. You know what I'm saying? It's some patterns. Whoop gone. Where his son at? Up under Diddy like this. Look just like Whoop. Twin. That's his twin. But he called Diddy daddy. You say, what a pattern at? Quincy. Whose son is Quincy? That's Al B. Sure's son. Twin look just like him. But for some reason, he called Diddy daddy. They trying to jump on dudes and ride for their daddy. That's not your daddy. Christian. That man look just like Diddy. That's his son. Not Whoop's son, and I don't know which one Christian might be Whoop's son. But not Whoop's son and not Quincy. They look just like they daddy. Now you say the pattern. I'll be sure say dude try to take him out. Poison it. I ain't went and watched the special. I heard it's kind of bland and weak on the accusation that came out, which is they say that Jamie Foxx is saying Diddy poisoned him, trying to take him out the game. But that's another pattern because the same thing is what Albie Sure saying. So even though the pattern switch up a little bit, it ain't nothing going on that's being said about dude that only happened one time. If one person say you poison them, two people say you poison. If you took one person's child, made them call you daddy, you took two people that child, made them call you daddy. You know what I'm saying? If one woman is saying you beat her, it's two women saying you beat her. You know what I'm saying? If one person putting a book out on you and lose their life, then it's two of them. If your artist end up dead, then it's more than one of them. We're not gonna play like we blind no more. It's like Cat Williams said, 2024. It's time for us to start acknowledging the fact that we know this stuff and ain't nobody held you accountable for it. We might, it's small chance, we might be wrong. Guess what? It's time for you to prove it. I'm not saying I'll lock him up and throw away the key, he guilty. I'm saying prove you not. The burden to prove the innocence is on you, bro, because it's too much going on. There's too many allegations. It's going to be the same way with Jay-Z. It's going to be so much smut on that man's name to where it's like, bro, prove it. Guess what? I'm going to hit you with something else. The dude is supposed to be Jay-Z's son. You can now go type in Jay-Z's son. And that'll be the headline on podcasts and articles because he's doing interviews under the guise of Jay-Z's son. Not alleged son, not possible love child, none of that. They done took all the ledge out and they put it on there because they like, what you gonna do, sue? You gonna sue us for defamation? You gonna say we lying? Guess what we gonna say? If you wanna sue me for that, prove I'm lying. How you gonna prove it? Go take this DNA test I've been asking you for 20-some years. You're not gonna take that DNA test, bro. Jay-Z not gonna take that DNA test, so he not gonna sue. He not gonna sue his son. But why not? You suing other people. You dropping other lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? They calling Drake Paperwork Drizzy, Paperwork Jake. Why you ain't suing this boy that's calling himself your son? He got to be lying on your name, right? Like, he got to be lying on your brand, right? He got to be defaming you. This man got to be trying to bust up your marriage. He got to be trying to turn your kids against you. There's too many things that's negative in the situation for you not to check that. Same way I said you ain't check Diddy when your name popped up in a lawsuit with a case that's supposed to be his alone. Now you in it, and I know he didn't put you in it, but you never tried to separate yourself from dude like, hey man, I don't condone that shit. I ain't had nothing to do with it. You never denied it. You started attacking the lawyer like, oh, he's an ambulance chaser. He's a fake Marine. He ain't got no honor. He ain't got no valor. All right, bro, we still on you to say, I did not have sex with that girl. Like Bill Clinton said, did not have sex with that woman. We waiting on you to deny it. You ain't denied it yet. You blew a whole lot of smoke. You put the smoke screen up, but you never came out and said, nope, wasn't me. I don't know what Diddy got going on, but I wasn't in that room. I wasn't doing them games. Prove it. Prove I did it. You were like, if I really did it, why you ain't file a criminal case instead of a civil case? Bro, that's a weak defense. Because they can still go file the criminal case, and then what will you say? Oh, well, you just did that because I said something. Bro, everything you saying getting blown out the water, and they don't even have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know I talked to y'all last night or this morning, yesterday morning, about the fact that there are other cases that's about to get dropped on Jay-Z. And when I say dropped, I mean they gonna drop the hammer, not drop the case. Cases, like I just said, involving men, cases involving kids. Same way it happened with Diddy. It started out with Cassie, and now there's over 100 different people saying, he did this, he did that. I remember when people were on Cassie top like, man, she lying. She lying. That ain't happy. They lying on Diddy. I don't know why they lying on their man. Come on, bro. All them people that already had to come back and eat their words. They've already came back and apologized. They've already came back like, man, I'm sorry. But the one thing that made them apologize, they seen the video. They seen video evidence of this man kicking that girl all in her shit. Diddy was like, she lying, she just trying to get some money out of me, man. She just mad at me. She just want to be with me. And then when the video came out, he dropped his video, kind of like what Jay-Z did with his letter after they said, hey, bro, you did this. All of a sudden, he dropped a hell of a letter that was pre-written. Like, dude lying, he's an amateur chaser, he just wants some money. That's what he do, he did this before to get some money. Yeah, he done it before, but nobody sued him and won, saying that he lied and he set him up and he was just trying to get some money. So why should we believe you by saying this is what he's doing? Where is your burden of proof? And I hear myself. And I know it seems like I just hate Jay-Z. Like I just can't wait to tear him down. When truth be told is, I hate Jay-Z. And it ain't that I hate Jay-Z because he's rich and he got all this power, he got this money or none of that. I hate Jay-Z for the same shit that I'm saying. I've been saying it. I've been saying it. I ain't never know the book came out. I knew she was supposed to be doing the book, talking about dude and the abuse and all that shit. And I know that that's why she ended up losing her life. I know that Craig Mack and Black Rob was talking about doing autobiographies and they ended up losing their life. I know Heavy D was talking about doing one, he ended up losing his life. These people are so far underneath Diddy doing what he was doing. The only one that survived is the one that helped. Think about it. Foxy Brown was like, yup. Jay-Z did this to me. I was 16 years old. You can also go back and find where when they came and asked her about it later on, she was like, nope. No, he didn't. You're not going to make me say nothing bad about him. Sound like she was scared out the world. You're not going to make me say nothing bad about dude. I grew up with him, my cousin DJ Clark Kent, and we all you spilled the beans already. And you didn't have to spill the beans. Like, age is something you can't change. You can't go back and say you were born in 1975. It's too late. You already have a birthday. You know what I'm saying? You already have a birthday. So how do you go back and try to change it and say that you was grown and that he wasn't on his pedo shit? Because truth gonna say he was. And then they gonna go to Tierra Marie, and then they gonna go to Rihanna, and then they gonna go to Beyonce, and they gonna go to this woman and that woman and this girl and that girl. They gonna go to the back end. And all of a sudden, people can't argue with it no more. They looking at dude like R. Kelly. It's going from we love you to I can't believe y'all still listen to Jay-Z music. Like dude say, yeah, you got this one case right now, and the Super Bowl is standing behind you because there's a chance that you could use your money and your power. They could use their money and their influence to get you up out of this. And y'all say why? And I say because they got their man. The Super Bowl got their man. They got their gatekeeper. They got their influencer. They got their man that's gonna go out here and tell you whatever they need to tell you. He's already built himself up and y'all already love him and y'all listen to him. And his wife is established and y'all listen to her. And you do what they say do, sometimes without even blinking an eye, batting an eye, or asking a question. Let me give you an example. Back in the day, Hollywood had their man. They didn't want a whole bunch of black men getting rich, but they had their man. His name was Bill Cosby. We here did way back then when they had their man, before they had a bunch of men, they had their man, two of them, it was him and Sidney Poitier. He did this to me. And for the longest, people would look at me and tell me, Phil, he didn't do that. You think they would have took his side over all them blonde hair, blue-eyed actresses? And I said, yes, sir. Here's why, because they had their man. They already had their black millionaire that you would watch, that you would listen to. He was already getting paid. He was already getting rich and famous. They want to build up a whole bunch of them. They had the ones they wanted, him and Sidney Poitier. Guess what though? Was coming out of dozens. They was leaving Kansas, and they was leaving Ohio, and Chicago, and New York, and Wyoming, and everywhere else in the world. They was leaving all them places coming to LA. They was a dime a dozen. Who cares what happened to you? Get out the way. Your turn. Oh, well, who cares what happened to you? Your turn. Oh, you want to complain too? Bill, slow down, bro. You're killing them. You know what I'm saying? Slow down, boy. But don't stop. Yeah, think about, man, you want to know some weird stuff? Bill Cosby had a show called The Cosby Show. On this show, he played a character named Heathcliff Huxtable. Why did we call his family the Cosbys if their names was Huxtable? Heathcliff Huxtable, Clara Huxtable, Rudy Huxtable, Vanessa Huxtable. You see where I'm going with this? There was the Cosbys allowing him to get money. They wasn't allowing no other motherfucker to get no money. They wasn't allowing nobody else to get no money. The man had a show, then he double back with a cartoon. Hey, 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 you better run for your life. Fat Albert, that was his show. That man had creative control. That's why his shows was positive and showing black people in a positive light, because he actually had creative control. When them folks put Sanford and Son out, man, they wasn't showing us in no positive light. That man lived in a junkyard. He had no real job. His son couldn't keep a job. He didn't come from a happy home. There was no wife in the house. He disrespected black women. You know what I'm saying? You go to Good Times, they lived in the projects. Moving on up. Yeah, they moved on up. But that man was not the black man you wanted to look up to. Oh, giant turkey. No. They gave creative control to Bill Cosby, and he started putting black people in a good light. That man made a show where he was a doctor and his wife was townhouse. And they kids had white friends and black friends, and everybody got along, and they would teach you about black history, and they would teach you about black culture, tap dancing, and jazz music. There was no other shows around allowed to do that type of stuff. On them other shows, you had to come in walking and talking like this. And talk country, or talk ghetto. You couldn't enunciate your words. You couldn't send your kids to college. I'm just saying, man. There was a reason why they let that man get away with what he was getting away with. There was a reason why Jay-Z was getting away with what he was getting away with. But let me tell you something. You let one more case drop and come out talking about some minors. All of a sudden, you're going to hear Jay-Z saying, I'm taking some personal time for me and my family, so I've decided to step down from this alcohol brand. I've decided to step away from Rock Nation. I've decided to step away from my duties with the Super Bowl committee. And it won't be because he's trying to take time away and spend with his family, it will be because he has been fired from all these places and allowed to save face. Because if he go in a bad light, then it's gonna cast a bad light on that alcohol brand. It's gonna cast a bad light on Rock Nation. It's gonna cast a bad light on the Super Bowl. You let one more case come out, and all of a sudden you're gonna see his wife. I gotta realize she does what he does. She's a gatekeeper too. She's an influencer too. All the single ladies. She make black women proud to be a single lady. When have you been a single lady? You've been with a man since you was a child. You never been a single lady. You was a single little girl, a single young teenager. You know what I'm saying? You are an influencer. So they gonna look out until the smut start rolling up on your name. And the thing about it is, if she don't start distancing herself from her husband, if some more shit come out about it, the smut gonna start hitting her. They already trying their best to dig it up. They looking for it right now, the mud they can sling at them. Because one thing about it is, it's 2024, and people in the world they call Earth love controversy. They love drama. So when it's something popping up, they all ears. Look how it was when Yo Gotti and Dolph was into it. People kept that shit going until one of them was dead. One of them died, they kept it going still. To this day, it's still going. I don't care who get caught for what. They gonna say, well, Yo Gotti paid him. The news come out and say Big Juke paid him. Man, you know this. They just saying it, man. Gotti threw his brother under the bus so he could say, man. Didn't y'all get enough people knocked off already with that bullshit? I'm just asking. I'm just asking, man. It seems like people don't be peeping the game. They don't be noticing the stuff that I be noticing, that I be peeping. I guess they see what they want to see and hear what they want to hear. Just like I be trying to tell people, I'm like, man, they prop Jay-Z up. They told y'all.
The crash on US 65 South has cleared. You will now arrive at 9:30 a.m.
They told y'all that man was the greatest. And when they told y'all he was the greatest, they were telling y'all 20 years ago, Jay-Z is the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's the best rapper of all time. Making Lil Wayne say, man, maybe it's Jay-Z. Thing about it was, like the other videos that came out said, when? What era was this where Jay-Z had a reign of terror going on where he was the best rapper? What era was this where Jay-Z was putting out albums and he was selling the most? What year was this where Jay-Z was doing anything besides getting all the awards that we know don't matter? We know the awards don't matter, bro. All these Grammys you got, we know they don't mean nothing. All these Grammys your wife got over there, we know they don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Show us the proof and the pudding, not the awards, not the gifts. Awards is a gift. People meet in the back room and decide we're gonna give this to him. SoundScan, that's numbers. Numbers don't lie. If you sold Diamond, then you sold Diamond. You know what I'm saying? If you outsold Lil Wayne, then you outsold Lil Wayne. If you outsold Eminem, then you outsold Eminem. If you outsold Nelly, then you outsold Nelly. If you outsold Ludacris, then that's just what you did. If you outsold Tupac, then you outsold Tupac. If you outsold DMX, then you outsold DMX. If you outsold Ja Rule, then you outsold him. If you outsold Juvenile, then you outsold him. But the thing about it is, the numbers say, the facts say you didn't outsell name one of these dudes, bro. Not name one of them. Throughout your career, these people dropped albums at the same time. You didn't outsell Kanye. You didn't outsell 50 Cent, bro. These people dropped albums when you was dropping albums. When they were saying you was the greatest, these people was outperforming you. They tours is the only thing with is people riding their dick because you was getting all the people that don't matter saying he's the greatest, he's the GOAT. And I told y'all, the only is high selling singles. See if Ja Rule ain't on there. See if DMX ain't on there. See if all these people, see the premium ain't on there. They is. See if Kanye West not on there. See if Beyonce not on there. Bro, they were putting you with the most popular people the same way they do Drake. At the end of the day, you are the common denominator, so it make it look like you. But no, these people are the ones going diamond. People going to buy their album, not yours. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable Doubt. They be like, man, volume 1. How many years did it take to go platinum? Them shits is selling shit now, but it's been 25 years, 30 years that them albums been out. When Nelly was selling 10 million albums, that shit was happening in 1 year. When Eminem was selling 10 million albums, that shit was happening in 1 year. When Nelly was selling 10 million, that shit was happening in 1 year. When DMX was dropping back-to-back platinum albums, that shit was happening in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? When Ja Rule dropping them multi-platinum albums, that shit was happening in 1 year. It wasn't taking 30 years for these people to sell 5 million albums, bro. These niggas was going platinum in a month. Double platinum in 3 months. Triple platinum in 5 months. Quadruple platinum in 9 months. The year over, they selling 5, 6 million, 10 million. Jay-Z ain't never done that, y'all. You can't go back and find me one album that jumped out the gate and ran it up like that. The closest thing you probably gonna find, if it ain't got Kanye West, something like that, R. Kelly, something like that, on every song. The closest thing to it was In My Lifetime Volume 2. And that's because he had the Orphan Annie song going. And I think it might have went double platinum in that year, that first year. Double. Come on now. That's just like, I'm gonna show you another one how they hype it up. Joe Budden. Oh, he's one of the time. When? Where? What song? This nigga has had one hit. Pump, 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 pump it up. That song 20 years old, it went gold this year. So when was this nigga a great lyricist? What song? Name me one. What freestyle did this nigga have out that everybody was like, damn, Joe Budden is shit. It's never been him, it's always been people's opinion. They said that shit so many times you started believing. But when you need to go get the proof, you can't find it nowhere. You can't find the truth nowhere. You feel me? Man, I'm telling you, these people make superstars. Let me ask you a question. We can even take it to sports. Let's say these folks wanted to turn LeBron James into the best basketball player of all time since Michael Jordan. What would they have to do? Maybe start when he was young and tell you, hey, this is the GOAT. He's in junior high right now, fit to go to high school, but this is the one. He's going to make it. He's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Do him the same way they did Michael Jordan and say, hey, referee, how about y'all clear the path for LeBron so he can run his numbers up? How about y'all call the ticky-tack fouls on him so he can get his shots up? How about y'all do this and that? And he gonna start looking like the greatest. I'm a big LeBron James fan, but let me ask you a question. Why it take so long for the rings to come? This is the GOAT. He been shitting on people since junior high school. These same people in the league, he was shitting on them in junior high school. Even Michael Jordan, he shitted on them right before he came to the NBA. That nigga walked in the NBA, made Michael Jordan retire on the spot. Mike was like, I quit. 2003, LeBron entered, Jordan exit. That's how that happened. LeBron walked on the court, Michael Jordan walked out. You not gonna tell me Mike was the competitor he was supposed to be, and you been talking about, oh, this the next Mike, this the next Mike, and y'all say, oh, he coming this year? Well, I'ma quit. No, Mike was the competitor, ultimate. Nigga gamble with you on anything. So you not gonna tell me that they was telling him, oh man, this kid coming in from high school, he better than you. He gonna be better than you. And dude say, okay, I quit. Let him be great. What's up, Twiggy baby? It's been a minute. So I'm just showing y'all how you can have the wool pulled over your eyes in any situation with these folks. They can tell you something over and over and over and over until it becomes true in your mind. You see what I'm saying? Let me give you another scenario. Bronny James was the best thing since sliced bread until he had to prove it. Now, I will say this. The man went off for 30 points last night. But from what they was telling us, he was supposed to be going off for 30 points every game, like his daddy. All I'm saying is, man, when it comes down to these people, they got their picks and chooses, they gonna build their folks up. I was telling Benny last night, I said, man, I be telling y'all that these people they put in place that's doing so well, making so much money with so much influence, these people have all been groomed since a child. They've been groomed since they was kids. When you look at Venus and Serena, they were groomed since children. And you can say, oh, they daddy did that. And I'm gonna say, if you seen the movie, then you see their daddy worked with them, and then some of the greatest coaches in the world took them under their belt when they were kids. They was at the facility with all the little white kids. Wasn't no other black kids there. Wonder why? Because they didn't want none there. You're not gonna tell me wasn't no other black kids athletic enough to play there. They didn't want them there. They pick and choose, they get their people and they stick with them. And then you look around and they are the richest. They have the most influence. But not everybody, just the ones we chose. Same thing with Tiger Woods. Not everybody, just the one we chose. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James, it ain't everybody, just the one we chose. We told y'all he was the greatest from the beginning. Yeah, he did some good things in the NBA, but y'all call him the GOAT. People argue that he ain't the GOAT. Hell, I've even argued that he was. But 2020 hindsight, now I'm thinking, well, what if I was wrong and I was just drinking the Kool-Aid? Because, yeah, there are some letdowns. A lot of them. There was a lot of letdowns. I'll say the same thing about Jordan. There was a lot of letdowns. You know what I'm saying? If I did the same thing with LeBron James that everybody do with Michael Jordan and act like he only played them 4 years that he won championships, there is no way you would be able to compare Michael Jordan to LeBron James. Nobody in history. If you only took them 4 years. Because them 4 years, Michael Jordan was the leading scorer. He was doing some incredible things. And them 6 years that he won his ring. But in them 4 years that LeBron won his, he was the leading scorer. He was the leading rebounder. He was the leading assist man. He was the leading offensive and defensive rebound. He was the leading steals. He was the leading blocks. On the whole, not just his team, the whole shebang. He led the whole series, both teams in points, both teams in steals, both teams in offensive and defensive rebounds, both teams in blocks. You can go look this shit up. So if I only use them 4 years, the argument between him and Jordan and anybody else you want to bring up would be irrelevant. Everybody blew out the water. But we don't run the same game because we don't, you know what I'm saying? They need to change it up to change the narrative. If you do it word by word, side by side, then you can't get the results you want. You have to switch it up and move the goalposts. You see what I'm saying? You got to move that goalpost, and then it's nothing you can be said. They don't move the goalpost the same way for LeBron that they move it for Mike. Because if you did, then they would blow him out the water. I'm just speaking the facts as I see it. I believe in everything coming out of my mouth. And I'm just saying that I ain't trying to attack LeBron. But y'all already know me, should know I'm speaking facts because I love LeBron. You ain't never heard me say not one bad thing about him. I will argue you into the ground about LeBron because I believe dude is a good human being. I believe he is one of the few role models. One of the few that you can look at and say, you know what? I wouldn't mind my child following in his footsteps because ain't nothing you can say. If I said I want my son to be like LeBron James, what could you say to say, no, what about this, Bill? What about the time he was doing drugs? Ain't no time. What about the time he was over there drunk? Ain't no time. What about the time he was beating on Savannah? Ain't no time. What about the time he did this to his kids? There ain't no time. What about the time he was being lazy and wouldn't work out and causing problems? Ain't no time. What about the time when he just didn't give his all? Ain't no time. What about the time when he was using his influence wrong? Can't find that time. What about the time when he built the school and it was all a lie? Ain't no time. That was Donald Trump and that was Oprah. It was not LeBron James. Donald Trump built the school that he never built. And he started charging people to go to this school that didn't exist. Oprah built the school, billions of dollars. It was either $2 billion or $4 billion, but it was billion with an S on the end. S was probably a dollar sign. What happened to that school? Was it education? No, it was a whole bunch of young black girls, African girls getting SA'd. By the time it was over, almost all them girls say they were getting touched on and drugged in the back of the classroom and had their things pulled down and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But that wasn't LeBron. That's why I say I don't allow people to throw smut on dude. If you come with some proof, then yeah. Now I will say this because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, I'm not going to hide nothing, I'm not going to take up nothing. Somebody did bring it to my attention that somebody that actually has a name that you probably heard of brought it up and said, now LeBron James was at one of Diddy's parties and he is on camera saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. Why he don't have to explain himself? I'm gonna tell you what I see, which was this. First of all, he was at a party and it was a birthday party, not a freak off. He was in the living room in front of everybody, not hiding, not in the back room drugging nobody, not in the back room having intercourse with nobody. I said, this is the thing about it, bro. People they make remarks on how LeBron James came from high school, made money, it's equivalent of giving this man millions of dollars a week what his contract was. You see what I'm saying? You get a $90 million contract from Nike. That's over $1 million a week. Then you throw in his NBA career. This man is getting over $2 million a week as an 18-year-old. And not one time did he go out in the streets and make a bad decision with all this money. Not one time did he go out and let this money get him in trouble. Not one time did he go out and let a sense of entitlement let him make a mistake to where people was talking bad about him. He kept his head down, kept his nose clean, made good investments, turned himself into the first billionaire to make $1 billion while still playing basketball. Man had child after child after child. by one woman, raised them all. All his children, right now to this day, whether they are grown or whether they are very young, have found a way to become self-sustained and make their own money. Rich as their daddy is, none of his kids sit on their pine and leech off of him. They all make their own money, more money than me and you. Now, is it nepotism because of the name? Probably so. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's a lot of nepotism babies ain't going to work. They just gonna get that money. You see what I'm saying? They not gonna go and get no job. They not gonna go and make their money. They gonna get the hand-me-down from pops or from moms. That's what most nepotism babies do. They take the hand-me-down. They walk into the spot. But guess what? You can say, Ronnie walked into the spot in the NBA. And I'm gonna say this, he might have did. But at the end of the day, you know how many shots he put up in the gym before he got to walk in there and play for the Lakers? You know how many games he played in before he got to walk in there and put up, you know how many hours of practice that man had to put in before he could walk in there and do that? He didn't just walk in off the streets and like, hey, you know what, LeBron James, my daddy put me in the game, coach. No, that nigga had to go get recruited. He had to work his way up to get recruited. He had to play a whole lot of basketball. He had to train a lot. He had to eat right. He had to take care of himself. And even before he made it to the NBA, he was already a millionaire off of other things that didn't have nothing to do with his daddy. The man made millions off video games. Learning how to play the video games, being on Twitch, made him money. Now, maybe it was because people knew who he was, because he was LeBron James' son. But LeBron James didn't tell him, hey man, look, go do this and you're gonna get some money. He figured that out on his own. He stumbled on that on his own. There was no backroom meeting where LeBron James said, hey, my son be playing video games, y'all should give him some money. No, dude made a Twitch account, and since he was LeBron James' son, millions of people came on there to watch him play the game. Millions of people watching you play the game, all of a sudden you got people sponsoring you like, hey, we're going to advertise our product on your Twitch because you got millions of people to see your Twitch. It's just like, hey, when the Cosby Show come on, we got millions of black people to go over there and watch it, so we're going to start putting commercials on it. You feel me? The money going to come when the money going to come. It can be made, it's going to come. That's how they go. When these folks can make money off of you, can generate some funds off of you, they gonna do it. That's when they gonna say, you know what? This our one right here. So yeah, maybe they did look at Bronny as another cash cow like his dad and say, you know what, we gonna look out for him, we gonna get him to the NBA. It's already paid off. Wanna know why? Because Bronny got the highest selling jersey of all time. As far as speed, that man jersey made more money faster than anybody jersey in the history of jerseys, including his daddy, including Ronaldo. When I say Ronaldo, I'm talking about soccer. You know what I'm saying? This man jersey made millions and 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 millions in one day. So a person like Jeanie Buss look back and say, you know what? He might not play, but he's getting us that money that we supposed to get. He might not can play, but the arena filled up. They wanted to come see him. Now, his daddy was already filling up this arena. We send him down to South Bay, and all of a sudden, now that arena full. Now that jersey's selling. Man, we straight. We gonna keep him. He ain't got to be able to hoop. He's generating bread. Millions. Every time he hit the court, millions. You ain't got to believe me. Your guy that told you, numbers don't lie. I know I done segued way into some other stuff, but let's not forget the topic of discussion with Jay-Z. And his cases. Court cases, red rum cases, cases of liquor, all the cases. Every case he attached to. You feel me? Every last one of them. It's like you almost escaped. Almost. But it's still 2024 and Cat Williams said everybody. He said everybody. Nobody will escape. So I have to believe you not getting away with this. Cat Williams ain't let us down yet.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the US 65 South, I-40 East ramp to Little Rock, Pine Bluff.
Somebody called me a prophet on this episode, this morning. And I said, nope, not me. I'm not seeing no visions and saying this is going to happen. I've been speaking on this for a long time just because I've seen it. I ain't seen it in a vision. I actually seen the evidence. I seen the proof. I seen the actions. And I seen everybody ignoring them. So I'm talking about it, and I'm not, and people looking like, man, you crazy. But now that everybody else talking about it, they're like, man, this nigga a prophet. No.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the US 65 South ramp.
I told y'all way back then, bro, I was alive when dude was messing with Beyonce. We the same age. I know how old I was when he was messing with that girl. I wasn't 21. I turned 21 in prison. And when it happened, I had been there 3 years. So you can't tell me that I remember these two going through all this stuff and it was all after I had been in prison for 3 years. No. That's a hard ass backpack, look like an owl with red eyes and they blinking. They shit cold as hell on this dude. He on a motorcycle.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-40 East, US 65 South.
Yo, what you gonna do? You know you gotta let me over. That's a clean ass backpack. I wonder how much they cost. I might end up getting me one. To go with that, I'm looking that up when I get to the house. Well, I got a black outfit that I'm putting.
Continue on I-40 East for 22 miles.
That I'm gonna do a photo shoot.
There are police reported ahead.
I'm gonna do a photo shoot with this black backpack. I mean with this black suit that I got. And that backpack right there would just set it off. Yeah, but I'm not a prophet, man. This is all shit that I've seen over the years. I was remembering. I know. I had these thoughts and these feelings back then, like, dude, you too old to be messing with this girl. Back when Jay-Z was messing with Foxy Brown, and they had his song, the one that blew him up and put him, because, believe it or not, their presidents didn't put that man in the spotlight. That was very mid. Jay-Z started to blow up around the time of Nutty Professor, because him and Foxy Brown had a song on the soundtrack, Ain't No Nigga Like The One I Got, No One Thing You Better. She wrote that song. Come on now. Jay-Z, the greatest rapper of all time, got on by a song that a girl wrote, 16 years old. Say it ain't so. But it is so. It's also so that they was in a relationship at the time. That was his girl. You know what I'm saying? Even if you did not have sexual relationships with Rihanna when she was underage or at all, it is still public knowledge. And I just told y'all, I've been telling y'all past couple days, it's a video with Tyra Banks that's interviewing her. And she asked her, hey, well, what about the comment he made to you about the stairs and the window. And Rihanna like, he told me that there was only 2 ways out of this office. 1, I could go down the stairs with a contract, or 2, I could go out the window, and we were on the 94th floor. And I'm like, bitch, you don't realize he was threatening your life? You signed that contract under duress. You didn't have no parents there. Your daddy didn't show up to the United States of America till the next day. That's illegal, what happened. And you can go back and deny it, but you are on camera admitting that this man threatened your life and made you sign a contract under duress, whether you took him serious or not. That's some very serious shit. You telling a minor that they gonna sign this and go down the stairs alive, or they cannot sign it and be terminated the long way. In a very frightful, fearful fashion. Don't nobody want to fly 94 stories. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I seen people jumping out of a building on 9/11, not name one of them went 94 stories. That's a long way down. That's a long way down, man, 94 stories. I don't know. You know, I've seen industry people talking about how Beyonce basically ended Tierra Marie's career and got her put off of Rockefeller Records over jealousy and rumors that she was messing with her husband. This could be all speculation, but one thing about it is, whether it's speculation or not, it's on camera and coming out of a credible witness mouth, somebody who got money. They don't have no reason to lie on this man. They're not beefing with this man. They're not beefing with his wife. So ain't no reason to turn him down. And then it's public knowledge because they said it on video, and the video is not some secret tape. It's been played on platforms from coast to coast. But like I said, Jay-Z is in a world where it don't matter what's said about me, you don't repeat that. You don't promote that. You don't dig into that. You don't ask questions about that. We don't spread them allegations. You talk about what you want to talk about. You don't talk about my business. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they work. I'm supposed to be back at 9:30. I got 29 minutes. On two. So when I get back, I'm going to the truck stop, and I'm hoping they got more food out than just the breakfast. Even though the breakfast be good, I want to sample some other stuff. I want another one of the barbecue pulled pork samples, and I want some chicken bacon ranch pizza. I kind of want slice of pepperoni too, but I don't want to overdo it. I done put on too much more of that weight I got rid of. But, man, that's basically what today is about. I know it's going to be long. A lot of y'all not going to be able to watch the whole video. Some of y'all probably will. Y'all watch everything that I drop. With that being said, my boy Benny, we didn't have a falling out this morning, last night, but we did have a little debate because he was like, man, talking about your #1 fan, man, I'm #1. I said, man, you got some competition? He was like, I ain't got no competition. I said, nah, bro, you got some competition, bro. I said, cause I got a viewer named Dorothy Vaughn now. She gonna watch every video. I say, she gonna watch every video, and then she gonna leave 3, 4, maybe 5 comments on every video. If you think it's cap, go back and pick a video at random, and you gonna see that she, if nobody else got no comments, she gonna have some. It's gonna be good morning, handsome, or something. You know, how your day going? Something. But let me go to the top of my head, man, and shout out some of my viewers I know be sticking with me. I'm gonna throw Twink in there because she came back today, man. I've been missing you. Ticket Tiger, Twin, you know, you always there. Toot, George Devon, Benny, Pat. I also threw your name in, and I was arguing. I had to tell them, like, look, and then Pat, you got, you know, that's some competition for you too, bro. Got Pat fuck with me a long way. It's deeper than a video. With me and him, it's deeper than a video. But and I know it's some more, y'all. Buddha hating, he came back though. Clean Base TV. There's somebody else, I'm trying to think of the woman's name. I don't know why it's escaping me, but I can see her face because she always on my Facebook page commenting on my pictures and stuff, my posts. She always asking about my mama. She always asking about Zena. But I cannot think of your name right now. I know you know who you is, so if you hear this, shout out to you too. I know it's a few more, man, but y'all the main ones that I just, on the top of my head, I know. Been riding with me and fucking with me since forever. You know what I'm saying? And I know I don't do shout outs all the time like I used to, but I want y'all to know y'all appreciate it, man. Not just y'all, everybody, because like I say, I was looking for a way to get back into doing my videos. I need to start, when I get back to the house, doing thumbnails for these videos. Titles, because I ain't been doing thumbnails and titles. Because the way I finally got back into figuring out how to do the videos was by getting sleepy out here on this road. Once I get sleepy, I probably would have did shows in the middle of the night. But like I say, me and Benny be on the phone all night because he a truck driver too. So we be doing each other a favor by chopping it up and keeping each other awake. And I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Bro, around 5:35 in the morning, we both sleepy. So that's the time we start getting into it. You know what I'm saying? We both get irritated. So we be debating. I'll break. You too, like that. I'm gonna tell you what. Because I ain't never gonna forget ever in this life that you sent me some money. I think it was on my birthday. I think you cashed out me some money on my birthday. If not on my birthday, then it was when I was in between jobs. I had just started my new job, and I ain't had no funds at the time. I ain't had no access to them or something. But I know you looked out for your boy, so you on that list too. You ain't gonna be forgotten. And I just said what you did, so you would know that I ain't forgotten. Normally I wouldn't just say this, you know, because you gave me some money, you sent me some money. But I just want you to know that that's when it started with me and you, and it ain't never gonna end. But yeah, it's funny, man. Around 5:35, because I be pulling up at my destination around 6 in the morning. But around 5:35, man, is when me and Benny get to argue. And it don't be no arguing like we mad at each other. We just be getting turned up because we be irritated. You know what I'm saying? I had to apologize to him this morning. I said something, I ain't say it out of spite. But like I told him, I'm like, bro, you gotta realize I'm over asleep, bro. I'm falling asleep behind the wheel and trying my best to stay up. So if I'm saying stuff or not remembering that we've had a conversation about a certain thing, then, you know what I'm saying, charges to my head, not my heart, because my head ain't right now. You feel me? I said something, he took a piss to it, man, so I had to apologize, but I'm man enough to do that. Thing is, I know dude fuck with me the long way. I know it's deeper than just the videos. I know in real life, even though we ain't never had a chance to meet, we done tried. We done tried, but things just didn't work out. I know that he considered me a real friend. I consider him a real friend. Not just a person that watch my videos. And I know there's a lot of people that just watch my videos. You know what I'm saying? They get bored, they need something to do. And they be like, man, let me check Phil out. They got other people they check out too. But there's a few of y'all that I know y'all fuck with me like you really, really fuck with me. And I fuck with y'all too. Everybody else, I fuck with y'all too, but like I said, I started back doing my videos, especially when I'm in this truck, because I need y'all. And I know I told you before, it's good to use people. You just don't misuse people. And the same people that you use, you have to allow that person to use you too. It's just like I tell you, when it's God in the situation. Yes, you have to allow God to use you. But then in certain situations, you have to know that you can use God too. He wants you to use him too. I told my mama, I said, this was yesterday morning when I got home, or when she got home. And I told her, I said, hey, Mama, do you know I'm a child of God? And she was like, yeah, I know. I said, no, for real. I'm a real live child of God. Like, he really don't play about me. And I wanted her to understand. I'm like, Mama, I know a lot of people say this. I say, but you know what? It's a lot of people that been going to church all their life. They've been praying all their life. Their prayers don't get answered like this, like this, like this. I said, man, mine do. I said, I'm going to give you the latest couple of examples. I'm going to court on the 9th of this month, last week. And I pray, I'm like, God, I need this not to be on my record. And, you know, this is how I feed the family, how I take care of my job. Right? Hey, come on now, Father. I step in the courthouse before I can even get in the courtroom. The police come out and say, hey, y'all lucky, y'all got a good judge. As long as you wasn't speeding, going over 100 miles an hour, there was no negligent homicide, and you was not under the influence of no alcohol or drugs, there's a great chance that whatever you did would not be going on your record. If you go in there and plead guilty, most likely, he will show you leniency and take that off your record. You just got to stay clean for about 6 months, pay your fines, you Gucci. Thank you, Father. And then I'm going to come right back here and tell anybody that'll listen what God has done for me. Because he's done that. And I know he'll do it for you. Latest example, just last night. I should have said the night before last. I'll be forgetting I started last night. But the night before. I told y'all I lost my wallet, I ain't getting no sleep. I was ripping and running, handling business, trying to get my driver's license, trying to cancel my credit cards, cancel my debit cards. Then I realized, right when I was getting into bed, that my wallet also had another card in it They had my routing number and my checking account. Don't want to let that get out. So I called the folks and I'm like, what do I need to do? They're like, oh, you need to come back to the bank in purpose. We gonna start you a new account. After we start you a new account, then we can switch all your funds from your old account to your new account. We can shut your old account down. Your new account will have new routing number, new checking number. Nobody can get in it but you. I'm like, bet. So I rushed up there back to the bank to do that. But by the time I got in the bed, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's sometimes I get out of work at 3 something in the morning. And when I get home, I'm going to bed.
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 147 toward I-430 South.
If you think I wasn't going to bed at that 9 o'clock I was supposed to get home, you crazy. I was already about 4 or 5 hours late of sleep I was going to miss. I figured, you know what, instead of waking up in the middle of the day and running an errand or watching a little TV and getting me something to eat and going back to take a nap for work, I'm going to just go in there and get in the bed and take my nap and stay asleep. But then all this other stuff happened. I had to go back to the bank. I had to go back and handle all this business. So by the time I got to bed, it was 4 o'clock. By the time I got to sleep, probably 4:30. My alarm go off at 6:30 to get ready to make my lunch. Make sure I ain't got to do nothing at the house before I take off. Give me a little time if I got to stop by the gas station to get some gas, I can do that. Make it to work. Once I get to work, I got to do my pre-trip. I got to inspect this whole truck. You know what I'm saying? Check the oil, check the gas, check the depth, check the tires, check all the wires, make sure they ain't cut or frayed. Check the belts, make sure they ain't cut or frayed. Check all the hoses, make sure they ain't leaking no air. Got to listen to them, let it run, make sure ain't nothing leaking.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 147 toward I-430 South.
And then, and only then, is it safe for me to get in this truck. And then I had to even get on the tablet and push all that in and say that I did it and everything is okay. So if something happened, they not liable. Like, dude.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 147.
If you left here in a truck that was messed up, it's because you left here in a truck that was messed up. You was
continue for 13 miles.
And make sure it was good before you left this lot. So if something happened to you out there on the road, we are not responsible for that. So like I say, after I do all that, then and only then am I going to go hook up the trailer or the both of the trailers and the dolly that I gotta use and hit the road. If I get there at right before 7 o'clock, it's possible I'm not gonna get all that done and get up out of there right after 8. If everything go right, I'll be leaving right before 8 or right at 8. But it ain't gonna be no 15, 20 minutes, no 30, 45 minutes. It might be 50. It might be 7. But probably no less than 50. So with me getting up at 6:30, going to bed at 4, getting to sleep at 4:30, that'll tell you that I only had 2 hours of sleep. So I prayed before I left the house, I prayed on the way to work, and I prayed again when I got in my truck. And I prayed that God be with me. God take his wheel, God guide me through these highways and byways and get me where I'm going safe. Get me back home as fast and safe as possible. I ain't had no sleep and I need you to be with me tonight, Lord. Amen. I said amen and my phone said brrr, brrr. I looked down, it was Benny. I have not talked to Benny on the phone in a while. Matter of fact, last time I had talked to Benny on the phone, he was driving, I was at the house asleep. And he woke me up and I had to tell him, like, bro, I don't mean no harm, but I'm already asleep. You know what I'm saying? You waking me up to keep you up, and I really can't do it because I'm already out of there. I just barely heard this phone. I'm not going to be no good to you. I feel bad because y'all know I be belligerent when I get in my deep sleep or when I'm getting tired of sleeping. And that's where I was. And I told him, man, I ain't gonna find one of the podcasts that you ain't listened to yet, man. You know what I'm saying? Let that talk to you. And like he told me last night, man, it ain't the same. But when I said that prayer, God moved that miracle over towards me. He gave me that blessing. Then he called me like, hey, bro, what you got going? You don't mess with me no more? I'm like, hell yeah. I need to mess with you right now. I told him what I had told my mama. And he said, man, nah, man, let mom rest, man. I got you tonight. When he said, I got you, I already knew right then that was God saying, hey, I got you. I got you. And I'm going to be real with you. Me and Benny got on the phone when I took off around 8 something. And by the time we got off the phone, it was 6 in the morning. Now, we had the phone call and dropped a couple times in the mountains and we called each other back. But from 8 to 6 in the morning, for y'all that don't know y'all math, that's 10 hours straight. I don't believe I've ever rolled around talking to a dude for 10 hours. It's hard to find a woman these days that you can jump on the phone with and talk for 10 hours. This ain't high school. Man, ain't no people that's ready to jump on the phone with you and fight they sleep and stay up all night to talk to you. Nigga, who is you? But dude did that, man, it was a blessing. And then he did it again tonight and it was a blessing. I don't know if he feel the same way, but I know at least tonight he got sleepy too. He got sleepy too towards the end. And when we had that little misunderstanding, I promise you, it woke me up. When I got to the point where I had to apologize to the man, I told y'all yesterday, I'm like, man, it be times where I snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? I snap out of it. And I can feel it like, okay, I'm up now. I'm really awake now. And we had that feeling as soon as I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? What I said about that right there, bro. If you offended by that, bro, I apologize, bro. Because that is not what I meant to do. I said, you gotta realize that, yeah, I'm sleepy, bro. I'm not right in the head right now. So I'm not trying to offend you. And I believe he understood that. Because we got back cordial and got talking. After that, I woke up. But that's just how it is. The moral of the story is, man, God don't play by me. You know how many times, I ain't gonna lie, you know how many times I did tonight, snap back up and I be over here in this lane. And thankfully there ain't no oncoming traffic because I'm in the oncoming traffic lane. One time, and this had woke me up too. This might be all happening at the same time when I was apologizing to him. This situation. I swerved in the other lane. At the time I was swerving, I wasn't. But I noticed there was a car trying to come around me and pass me. When I swerved, I knocked his ass, and I ain't touch him, but he had to jump in the other lane. It was an oncoming car. But they found a way to miss each other. That would have been my fault. I ain't gonna lie, that would have been my fault. I'm glad everybody missed everybody, and that sober nigga quick. Hey, I say sober, I know I wasn't drinking. I was drinking this. I was drinking this. Full throttle. They nasty. I told Ben I did the 5 hour energy. I didn't know there's no 5 hour worth of energy. I did full throttle. I don't feel like I was going full throttle. I did the Red Bull. I wasn't running around charging like a Red Bull. I didn't feel no wings. I'm gonna try the Monster next, because I heard, like I heard the rest of this stuff, that the Monster is the truth. So I'm gonna give me a couple of them, man. I'm gonna see how I feel on them. If nothing, then we probably gonna let that go too. Probably gonna get back to being myself, just out here doing me. Like, I'm gonna be for real. Hitting these buttons and going on live and kicking the chow does more for me than any energy drink I done had. Like, I'm gonna be real. I had already planned on coming on here to talk to y'all about the situation and Jay-Z homeboy, what he was saying, when I was on some Razorback stuff too. So when I left Harrison, headed back to base, I was on some Razorback stuff. I didn't get to finish the podcast I was listening to because I started getting sleepy and I pulled over. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna make it. I got enough time, but my time's getting short. So it took me a lot of fight to make the decision to say, hey man, don't pull over. Do you some jumping jacks. Run in place. Do whatever you do to get your heart rate up. So you can get some blood going to your brain. And you can start thinking better, making better decisions instead of being oxygen depleted in your head. You snap out of it a little bit. So I did that. I didn't want to do it for too long because I'm like, man, my time running short. So I got the, what's the word? I got the, it ain't coming to me, so I'm just going to say I got to watch. I got to watch what I'm doing. So I hopped back in the truck. And I pressed play on the podcast. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to go in this. And I'm going live. Let my people wake me back up.
In 2 miles, take exit 128 toward Mablevale West Road, Otter Creek Road.
I'm 2 miles from my exit, and y'all done had me pretty much going. I know I had got it up this morning. You know what I'm saying? Money 2, you get your shout out, bro. But you got them in there. I've been thinking, I'm like, man, when I be at my last stop, I'm gonna start going there to get me a cup of coffee before I pull out. Go in there and get me a cup of coffee before I pull out, man, because they usually have some. They offer me some before I turn them down. It ain't like the person that offered it to me was the owner of the company or the coffee. They were just the employee that was standing by the coffee machine. They're like, hey, bro, you want some coffee? And I was like, nah, I'm good. And I believe I actually was good that night. It's just right now I'm trying to catch up with the sleep that I missed the day before. I ain't been right since then.
In a half mile, take exit 128 toward Mablevale West Road, Otter Creek Road.
So, with that being said, like I told you, when I get sleepy, man, my mind don't register everything it needs to. But now that I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I done thought about it already, but now that
Take
somebody
exit
else,
128, then merge onto I-30 frontage road.
now that somebody else has said it, it's gonna make it easier for me to say, you know what? We just talked about this yesterday. Nigga, go and grab you a cup of that coffee before you hit the road. You know what I'm saying? Extra strong. Don't care how nasty it is. You ain't gotta put no cream or no nothing. Man, look, get you this strong ass, black ass, nasty ass coffee, and see what they do for you. Especially if I got time.
Continue on I-30 frontage road for half a mile.
Right now I got 19 minutes left I can drive, but I got 38 minutes on my shift. I'll be on the yard in the next, well, I know I'll be there in the next 10 minutes.
In a quarter mile, slide right onto Otter Creek Road.
But see, one thing about me is I'm just gonna be real. Like, coffee don't always work like that with me. It been times that late at night, bro, that I'm in the bed, I'm trying to go to sleep. I will get out
Take
there.
the next right onto Otter Creek Road, then turn right onto Mableville West Road.
I will get out the bed and go make me a cup of coffee. Put a couple ice cubes, just 2 ice cubes in the coffee, to where I can go on ahead.
Take the next right onto Mableville West Road.
The coffee will still be hot, but right there where I'm sipping from, it'll be cool enough for me to stick my lip in there and get on down. And I would down.
Continue on Mableville West Road for 3/4 of a mile.
And take my butt to bed. Be knocked out. And that might be one of the reasons why I be standoffish on the coffee, because it might gonna put me up under the truck. I ain't did it number one time, but like one day last week, boy, I literally stopped this truck, boom, set the air brakes, put it in neutral, seatbelt off, moved my lunch box, sat on the floor, threw my coat in the passenger seat, leaned over on that arm and went to sleep. Sitting up on the floor, legs over here under the steering wheel. It wasn't hella comfortable, but as tired as I was, it took me about a 27-minute nap. I set my alarm and got back up. The thing about this truck is,
In a quarter mile, turn right onto South Loop.
it's a day cab. So when you idling, alarm cut off. You gotta hit that gas pedal again before it cut off to keep it going. Well, if I'm asleep, I'm not gonna hit the gas pedal. So
At the right, turn right onto South Loop.
it cut off, and it's 30-something degrees outside. Man, I'm in this truck so cold. I don't got my coat on because I'm laying on it, using that for a pillow. And you like me sometimes.
Continue on South Loop for half a mile.
When you get so cold in the bed, ain't no getting up. Hey, I forgot to turn the heat on, but I'm gonna just lay up under the cover still and get as warm as I can. Knowing if I just jump out of the cover, go hit that heat real quick, I'll be good in 4 or 5 minutes.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Industrial Parkway.
Yeah, I'm putting back in the yard in about a minute. I'm right here on hit the road to turn in, but it's a long road.
Take the next right onto Industrial Parkway.
So I said 7 to 10 minutes here. It's only been 3.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Yeah, it's only been 3 minutes. It had been 4. Probably be about 5 by the time I get in there and stop this trailer. Nah, cause I got enough time where I ain't gotta stop it to put it in what you call it. I can make my loop and pull around. But boy, you know, about 30 minutes I'm gonna be in my car.
Take the next right, then your destination will be on the right.
Had to get me a little breakfast. Or a little lunch, depending on what they serve.
Your destination is on the right.
They still serving the breakfast. I'm gonna get that. Put a little jelly on their biscuit. Shoot around this way. So I can get around that way. Nigga doing it backwards. All in the damn way. Backwards like he do it. Country ass. Well, drop my first trailer, well, you thought you could drop your second trailer, and you just gonna have to find you somewhere to drop your second trailer, and then I'll find me somewhere to drop my second trailer. Got 30 minutes. Give me a second, man. Let me handle the business. Shit, I just got to. I forgot to stop this clock. There's 9 minutes left. Oh shit. Kamari. If y'all see me getting a little excited, it's cause an Amber Alert just popped up on my phone, and the name on the alert was my nephew's son's name. But it ain't the same person because they say it's a girl anyway. But still, y'all send some prayers up for this child. Might have been abducted. Did they get they home safe? Send a sound to their parents, community, and loved ones. Because no child should be involved in grown-ups BS. Please, I move over. one day, Saturday. That's all they give me. We're in the middle of peak season, man. It's the holidays. If I ain't told y'all right now, I'm working on a third part of the company for FedEx. So when you see them FedEx trucks on the highway where it's 2 trailers, that's me. And it's crazy, but you want your shit before Christmas, right? Just like everybody else on here want their shit before Christmas. I want mine. I don't want none of my people coming over on Christmas morning, and I gotta explain to them why they ain't got nothing under the tree. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's almost over. It's almost over. You know, I could be mad, but I got some packages dropped off at my door yesterday. Probably gonna get some dropped off today and tomorrow and the next day. And a lot of them packages right here at this building, some of these people that work here, they're gonna be pulling up in the neighborhood. Let me put some gas in this thing, man. I'll be right back with y'all. But my job, I don't know. Not that I know of. And I say that because like when I applied for it, the way I found it was letting me know it was FedEx. I didn't realize that I wouldn't actually be working for FedEx until I was getting hired on. And they would let me know, like, look, you don't work for FedEx, it's a third-party company. But they did tell me, like, look, don't get it twisted now. You're going to have your benefits and shit. Your health, your dinner, your 401k, all that, we can give you all that. But you work for us, you don't work for them. You reply to us, you don't reply to them. My truck got their name on it, it don't got FedEx on it. And if it do, it's in small print and it say that we being worked with and we working with FedEx or something like that. Let me see. Operated by Federal Express Corporation. And what it say, I'm looking at another truck. Give me a second. This might. Right, because I talked to one of my dudes. He was like, man, we don't get no benefits. Let me go do all my logging. Oh, man. I got a whole Philly cheesesteak and I ain't eat. was already going. I'm probably gonna get her a big ass chicken biscuit. Get me a pulled pork sandwich and some chicken bacon ranch pizza. Only because that's what I was gonna get the other day when I walked up to the counter and didn't have no damn wallet. I was sick about it. Then I got back yesterday. I guess I had got me in too early. They wasn't serving them breakfast, so I still got me some breakfast. Shit, it's after 10 or it should be by the time I get over there. But, man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. So these folks don't see me on the damn phone when I go through security and think I'm recording their shit. I stay up and don't forget to take that long road. Instead of that wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. Find somebody to help tell somebody you love me. You know I love y'all and I appreciate you too. We out.